My name is Brad Argent, and I've set myself the challenge of keeping the dead alive. I'm going to do this by first finding an interesting-looking grave and then use all the tools at my disposal to learn about that person's story. I just hope I built the family tree right.
Hello?
Hi. This is going to sound strange.
Right.
My name is Brad Argent, and I work for Ancestry.
Oh, okay.
Are you Martin McCrill,
Yeah, that's right.
the son of Ian and Jean?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
I think I have a story to tell you.
Well, the fact you're from Ancestry, that does sound interesting.
This is fantastic. I've found him. I wonder how much he already knows. So, your dad was Ian Rollo McCrill?
No, he's Ian Richardson McCrill.
There can't be two Ian R. McCrills, right?
Well, what comes to mind here, this is a story my father only ever told me once. Some officer had said to him, there's another, I've met another Ian R. McCrill. And I remember my father said it was most extraordinary. He said, no, I've never met him. I don't know who you're talking about. He said, well, there's another one.
Well, it was interesting. That was very interesting. It would appear there are two Ian R. Mackerels in the world. And Martin's father is not the one we were looking for. So what I'm going to go and do now is get back researching. I'm clearly in need of a bit of help, so I'm calling in a favour from a professional researcher, Jenny.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Jenny.
Yes. Hello, how are you?
That's a very interesting question, mate. I thought I had the right connection. Everything about him, what he does, all fell into place. But he was the wrong guy. But if I ping you the tree, can you please find me another living connection to Sydney Hannaford Hellier?
Send me everything you have. I'll try to live up to your expectations. I'll do my best. I'll get back to you in a bit.
All right, thanks, mate.
See you later. Bye.
It feels like forever waiting for Jenny to work her magic. I'm gutted. We've come so far. I really want to find someone to tell this story to. Oh, yes, Jenny. Oh, come on. Hello, Jenny.
I found you a great nephew. His name's Richard Hellier, but he's not on the Isle of Wight. He's in Somerset. So I'm afraid you're going to have to go there. I'm going to send you the details by email now.
That is wonderful. I will happily travel to Somerset. Thank you so much, Jenny.
No worries. Have a great day.
Thanks, mate. I will now. Thanks. That is such great news. I am back on track. Oh, I've just got a text from Jenny. I've been in touch with Richard. He's at an air show in Middlezoy, Somerset tomorrow. Does that mean we get to go to an air show? And suggested you meet him there. Excellent. I'm so excited for the final leg of my journey. I can't wait to meet Richard and see if I'm going to be learning more about Sydney or if I'm going to be teaching him things. Amazing to think that this has all stemmed from just one interesting headstone. And the unexpected joy of it all, I get to watch an air show which Richard helped set up. With the flying displays over, it's time to finally complete my challenge and meet Richard. So, Richard, thank you for making the time to speak with us today. I just want to confirm you're Richard Hellier, the great nephew of Sydney Hannaford Hellier.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, that is correct.
That is a relief.
I did have all the family tree which you could have given me, but that's gone to Canada, unfortunately.
Well, we've been able to rebuild it, and we've been able to tell a little bit of the story of Sidney Hellier. And it all starts with the headstone. It's a memorial. It's the Angel of Victory. That's the image that drew us straight away. And we went, obviously from there, we found out who he was. We found a bit of information about the window, which was built in 1923.
You're talking about the church in Brixham now.
We are talking about the church in Brixham. What we've done is, we've gone back and we've retraced his steps. We've been to Ypres where he was injured. We stood on what we believe to be the spot where he was injured. But then we followed the path down to Boulogne. We found the field hospital where his father and brothers came to visit him just before he died. And the fact that I think really struck me was his father and brothers visited him in Boulogne. Did you know that part of the story?
No, I didn't.
So his father, Charles, he was a man of some means, wasn't he?
Definitely of some means, and I would imagine had the necessary contacts to allow him to get there.
Where we were sort of struggling to put things together was, here is Sidney, who's buried in Brixham, but born in Hull. Where does Hull come into things?
Well, the trawling business Hellier started in Brixham. They moved from Brixham to Hull because it was obviously much closer to the major fishing grounds up there.
That kind of makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now. When I look at that window and I see St. Peter and the fish, that kind of rings with something that we learned about Sidney, is thinking of other people, always thinking of other people. And when he was injured, and just to sort of recap the injuries that he lost an arm at the shoulder, he had shrapnel wounds to the legs, he had shrapnel wounds to the face. He was clearly losing a lot of blood. And he was like, no, see to my men. When you have seen to them, then come to me.
During World War II, Owen Hellier donated all his fish catch throughout the war to the nation. I have all this history behind me, and I just hope that I've been able to somehow or other live up to what their expectations would have been.
When we saw up on the hill this Angel of Victory, the thing that we noticed about it when we were doing this was there is a crown of peace that the angel holds in her right hand, and it was broken. There were bits of it broken on the ground. So we've taken the liberty of having that repaired.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fantastic, and thank you for doing it, because nobody else in the family goes back there anymore, but having replaced it and repaired it is fantastic, and thank you for that.
Well, what a remarkable man, and what a remarkable journey. We might have gone down a few cul-de-sacs, but they all ultimately led us here to Richard Hellier, to, I want to say, the end point in Sidney Hellier's story, but it brought us home, if you like. And when I see a cemetery, I don't just see headstones, I see headlines whose stories are waiting to be told. And this was a remarkable story, and I can't wait to do more.